South Australian history sources. This is an absolute goldmine of information for anybody who is researching their family history, local history, or social history, anything to do with South Australia. This has all the details of the types of records that are available and where you can find them. So you may have heard of the title before. It has been around for a number of years. This is the latest version. It has been, this is the latest edition. It has been out for a couple of years now, but it is hugely updated from the previous ones, so keep that in mind. If you have seen the earlier ones, definitely check this one out. So it starts off, and I'm just going to flick to it. So we go chapter 2. It has a state chronology, so it starts in, well, actually the first entry is 1627, and when we have explorers finding the land. Anyway, and it goes through to 2018. So that all the major information on what's happened in the state is there. So that's cool. State level published chronologies of South Australia. There's details of those if you want to find more information. But apart from that, civil registration records, church records, parish records, as in the baptisms, marriages and burials, land records, wills, probates, military records, employment records, all of that is covered in here. There's actually in the employment section a section which has all the different types of employment and published histories about those. So then you can go looking for those and follow that up further. So that's really cool. Pharmacists and whalers and various different engineering companies and things like that. So that's really cool. There is sections obviously on newspapers, South Australian newspapers, which many of them we can get on Trove, not necessarily all of them. Migration, immigration, crew lists, shipping lists, passenger lists, all of that type of thing. Again, not all of them are online, so keep that in mind. Census returns, what is available, what has actually been, what census has actually happened, and what is available. There's a listing of photographers, and I just want to find that for you. If I can find it. Of course, I can't quickly. Here we go. Chapter 17. South Australian photographers. So, this is actually what I wanted to show you. Yeah, there we go. So we have the name of the photographer, the address of the photographer, and the period that they were at that address. And some of these you will see have various entries. So Baker and Bruce were at 69 Rundle Street from 1895 through to 1900. Then from, 69 Rundle Street, 1890 to 95. They then moved down Rundle Street to 65 Rundle Street, 1895 to 1900, and then to 37 Rundle Street from 1906. So if you have a photograph with their address on the back because they were the photographer, you can at least help date it by knowing where the photographer's address was. So there's quite a long list here of these South Australian photographers, so that is really useful. Now, this is another section I want to show you, place names. Now, you would all know that certainly some place names changed during World War II, or World War I should say, because they were German names and they changed them. There is a lot more place names that changed, and I've got to say, reading through this list of former name and current name, there's plenty that I did not know, and it's actually quite a long list. So Theberton was Henley Park, Brighton was Hartley, just scrolling through here. Grange was Kirkcaldy, did not know that. What was that one? Semaphore was Kew, K-E-W, like England. Port Pirie actually had a lot of different names for some reason. There's one here at Peterton. There's Wiltenna, Wilston, Winifred, Tyrone, Vinnerton, Why it had so many names, I don't know. I can't answer that question, I'm sorry. But yes, you get the idea. There's a lot there. Glenalta, the place Glenalta was known as Sun Valley. So yeah, there's a lot there. So it's a huge list, and there's a lot of information in it. It does not have names. In saying that, it's not a book generally of names, but in saying that there is actually some divorce records here. Supreme Court of South Australia records relating to divorce, 1866 to 1893, and there is a listing here which has surname, given name of male, surname and given name of female, the place and the year, and then a reference volume number and the type of divorce, whether it was dissolution of marriage or judicial separation or decree absolute or something else. So there are actually, I was surprised to see that there was actually those there, but they are, and there's references, so then you can follow that up with the actual archive and get more details. So naturalization records, like I said, divorce records, adoption details, probate records. So the book is an absolute goldmine of what records exist and where you can find them, or here's the details and you can look further if it's a published publication, like a book that's been published previously. So that is South Australian History Sources. Definitely one for anybody who's got an interest in South Australian history.